I'm sure you have seen it by now, the video that has raised so many questions about what to do in a situation like this. Bikers around an SUV on a New York street. This happened last Sunday. Well, the driver, as you know by now, hit 3 bikers in a pursuit to get away at different situations during that commute. But that's when the motorcyclists apparently then chased the driver. And the men, the motorcyclist then, as you see in this videotape, getting out of the vehicle, smashing the helmets of that vehicle, and then apparently, even allegedly, 2 of the bikers are accused of actually taking the driver out of the vehicle. And inside this vehicle was a wife of the driver and a 2-year-old. So what's taken place here? Now, apparently, a couple of the folks have turned themselves in. At least one person is facing charges. And now a man who helped stop the attack spoke exclusively to CNN's Anderson Cooper on his take.
And I look at them in their eyes, and they look at me. So basically, there was a little tense moment of maybe a couple of seconds looking at each other, and they somehow got confused. I don't know how they stopped, but somehow they stopped.
The big question now, lots of questions, but one of the big ones is what was going through everyone's minds during all of that. Joining me right now, forensic psychologist Buzz von Ornsteiner and forensic psychiatrist Tracy Marks. Good to see both of you. Tracy here with me in Atlanta, Buzz, you in New York. So Buzz, let me begin with you. You know, is this a case of a few, bad seeds, I guess, or people making some bad decisions, just in the heat of it all?
Well, we have to remember that no one's waking up wanting to do bad things. They're very excited about being together. They're forming this group. And unfortunately, what happens in group dynamics many oftentimes is you attack one member in the group, and all individuals feel like they've been attacked. And it takes on rather a tribal form where, okay, you hurt one of us, now we're going to have payback with you. And you see this kind of mob mentality. In addition to that, there is a lessening of individuality and a lessening of responsibility in such large groups. You see people who kind of have a bystander's effect. They may want to intervene, but they've lost their need to because there's so many other people present. Or additionally to that, I call it in very layman terms, they're passing the buck. There may be 50 people watching, and someone may want to intervene, but they figure someone else would. And thankfully, there was the man on the street, a complete stranger, who stepped in and talked rationally and logically to individuals who were overreactive and were really letting their adrenaline and their emotions rule their behavior.
So Buzz, except for the bystander you're talking about, you really are talking about the point of view from the bikers. But then Tracy, the point of view is very different if you are the driver or even the passengers in that vehicle. And none of us knows what happened before that videotape started rolling, and the videotape that the public has seen. And the point of view of the driver, the feeling of intimidation clearly as to why he sped off, consequently ended up hitting one of the bikers. But what do you suppose is happening? What are some of the emotions going on from inside that vehicle, that SUV?
Well, I think the fact that there was a 2-year-old in the back seat just ramps up the threat level exponentially. So it's one thing for a fight or flight to kick in and you want to save yourself, but the desire or the instinct to protect your child is even greater than that. So regardless of how this started or what happened before we saw the video, the fact is that these people were swarming his car, and there's a child in the back. So this guy's just going to punch it just to save himself. And unfortunately, a vehicle in this case is a deadly weapon, and so we see what happens as a result of that.
Yeah, okay, well, everyone's instincts clearly going into high gear here. The results, not good no matter which way you look at it. You've got a threatened family, you've got bikers, and like you said, Buzz, you've got bikers who are trying to protect their own after some have been injured. It's a real mess, and now we know a really messy legal case too.
Very, yeah.
All right, Tracy Marks and Buzz von Ornsteiner, thanks so much. Good to see both of you. And we'll be right back right after this.